Ah, well, here we are again. Beautiful September day. It's really quite warm. Just stunning out there. Beautiful. Anyway, a friend of mine said, "What on earth are you doing putting all this garbage on YouTube?" And he said, "Who's going to be interested in your old cars?" And I said to him, "Well, I'm doing it for me, not for anyone else. I'm getting older, and I can look back when I can't drive or ride bikes anymore and just have a look at how things used to be. And this house, for example, I won't be able to stay here much longer, I don't suppose. So it just gives me something to look back on. So that's my answer to you, Ian. So we're looking at another one of the old cars. Swing round, and there she is. Just like the red one, it's just come back from its MOT, and it is not going to look as nice as that for another year, because I go over all of the vehicles before the MOTs. They're all getting on. This one, again, I bought it new, like the red one, another Subaru Forester. This one's 18 years old now. It's got 98,000 on it. And this one gets really used winter and summer. I tow a lot with it. I towed a 7.5 tonner with it once. I've towed agricultural things, tractors, at my mate's place. And it does it all. It's all-wheel drive, you don't have to select anything. Has a low ratio gearbox, which you need when you're towing tractors. And it's a great bit of kit. I've had absolutely no problems with it in the 18 years I've owned it. I can remember when I bought it, someone said, well, they're a bit thirsty, aren't they? Well, I haven't really noticed, to be honest. It always returns sort of mid-30s, which I don't think is too bad considering the type of driving I do. As I say, I'm always up to no good with it, hauling logs, bricks, all sorts of building stuff goes on the roof. It's always worked well. It's got a flat 4 engine. Subarus are known for the flat 4 engines. People call them boxer engines. Strictly speaking, they're not, but have a quick look at the engine unit. Well, it's a hot day, so the fan's running, but it's not bad considering this one doesn't get too much attention between MOTs. Doesn't look too bad. I've spent about a week on and off tidying, repairing a bit of underseal here and there. There's no rust in it. I do regularly check the underside, and I never had any problems with it. It's reasonably well serviced, but only by me. As you can see, it's got a Dixon bait tow hitch with a pin, and generally speaking, if you see that on the back of a vehicle, it means they're towing some seriously weird stuff. And as I say, I've used that pin to tow all sorts of bits and pieces out of ditches. Towed a BMW out of a flood with it. Just put a clip round the pin and pulled him out. Yeah, it's a good vehicle. Hate to say it's more reliable than a Land Rover, but I'm afraid it is. As I say, it's had no problems at all. The only problem it has is me, because I tend not to be too kind to it, so it gets knocked about. and the bodywork isn't 100%, but this vehicle was always going to be used for the kind of things that I get up to all the time, logging up, doing a bit of building work here and there, towing half-ton trailers, all that kind of malarkey. Very often tow the bikes on this one. I've got a 3-bike trailer that usually has 700 or 800 pounds weight on it, and I just thought it'd be nice for my benefit, really, just to have a look at it while it's in pretty reasonable condition for an 18-year-old car. It's a very warm day. I can hear the fan cutting in quite regularly. The flat 4 engine is a nice one, very low central gravity, and it makes this all-wheel drive system really good. They are quite remarkable what these things will do. I mean, I've been over all sorts of ploughed fields and God knows what in this, and I even managed to outmaneuver my mate with his Discovery on a chum's farm. He said, "Oh, that's, what a load of crap that is." And I said, "Well, you follow me then." So he did, and I said, "I won't be going through that muddy section because I haven't got the wheel clearance you've got." And so we got to a hill that was about, not 45 degrees, but it was seriously steep, and I went along it longitudinally at 40 miles an hour, and he tried to follow, and the back end of his, it's such a big tall thing, the back end went out, and it slipped sideways. Didn't roll, but the transfer box didn't work too well after that. So that was a TD5, a 5-cylinder Discovery, and it was never reliable. I think he's had 2 or 3 4-wheel drives since I've had this one. Anyway, he was suitably impressed, and the lady that owned the land, she went out and bought a Legacy, which is similar engine anyway. Anyway, the fan's cut out and you can hear it. It's just like a sewing machine, and it's had virtually no attention at all. Just plugs, oil, filters, nothing else. And it just keeps going, and I hope it keeps going for a lot longer, because I certainly don't want to change it. The MOT man said, you won't be selling it, will you, Alan? And I said, well, no, I should be hanging on to it. There's no point me getting anything else. I'm really happy with what I've got. Okay, so here we are. It's such a beautiful day. I think we'll leave it at that because there's not much more to say.